Hi students, I hope you understood what we have discussed in the previous session about exercise 8.2. Some of the questions finding the cost price and selling price when the profit or loss percentages are given. So today we are going to discuss about one more question from the same exercise, that is question number 10. I purchased a hair dryer for a rupees of 5400 including 8% VAT value added tax. In some books it is maybe printed as GST, that is goods and service tax. Now it is called as GST. Before we used to call as value added tax. So GST. Now it is GST we are paying. So find the price before VAT. Before VAT. Before VAT means now we are using the term as GST. What is the term we are using now? GST was added. Before that 5400 is including the VAT, including GST 5400. Then what is before VAT or before without GST, how much he paid? That is. So listen. Solution. I purchased the CP of a hair dryer. CP of hair dryer is equals to rupees 5400. VAT percentage. Percentage of VAT included. This what do you call VAT now? GST. Okay, GST. You call it as GST. Is equals to 8% is included. See, 8% is extra he paid. What he paid? 8% extra he paid. Remember here, 8% extra he is paying. That 8% extra. So on the CP, on the market price, on the price, 8% extra he paid. Extra means, suppose you have 100%. 100% is the cost price. Then 8% extra. What is the percentage? 108. 108. So let the CP of a hair dryer before VAT. Before VAT, now we are calling as GST. Before VAT is equals to rupees X. Rupees X. So totally how much he paid actually? 8% extra. 8% extra he paid. Actually 100%. On that 8% extra. So 108%. 100 plus 8. 100 plus 8 of X is equals to 5400. He paid extra 8% on it. So 100 plus 8% of X is equals to 5400. Why 100 plus 8? Any article the cost price is 100%. Anything you remember 100%. Okay. So on that profit or loss 10% or 20% like that. Now he paid 8% extra on it. So 100 plus 8% of X is equals to 5400. This is one way. Okay. So 100 plus 8. 108% of X is equals to 5400. Now 108%, that is nothing but 108 by 100 into X is equals to 5400. Is equals to 5400. Now transpose this side. X is equals to 5400 divided by 108 by 100, which is nothing but 5400 reciprocal of this 100 by 108. Now look at this 5 type which 108%. So included on that, it is included 108%. 108%. Are you following? He paid extra. It is included in that. 8% is included in that. So 8% plus 100. 108% he paid 5,400. Now 100. Look at this 108. Okay, one time 108. 5 times. You check it. 5 8s are. I just will multiply here 108 into 5. 5 8s are 40. 5 zeros are 0 plus 4. 5 ones are 5. So how many times? 108. 5 times is 540. This is 5 times. Okay, and 0. So which is nothing but 50 into 100, 5,000. Therefore, the CP of hairdryer before VAT, CP of hairdryer before GST or VAT is equals to rupees 5,000. What we are doing here? We are taking, actually the CP will be 100%. So on that extra he paid, that is 8%. 8% he paid 108%. Including that he paid 5,400. So without tax, rupees 5,000. This is the CP of the hairdryer without tax. Is it clear? Yeah, till now we have discussed about percentage, GST, profit, cost price, selling price. Now we are going to discuss about the other topic which you already learned in class 7. That is, that topic we are going to discuss. So for your necessaries, suppose in a family, father and mother, they both are working, or only one person is working. For our needs, well, for what purpose they are working? For our needs, to fulfill our needs, they are working to survive. What to survive? What is the meaning of survive here? Because if they go and work, then only we earn money, that is our job. We get the salary, then in that we can fix some amount. This is for expenditure of the households, and this is expenditure for the students, kids study purpose. Like this, the parent will be segregating and they plan according to their earnings. Suppose suddenly you want to go, or you people, or your maybe elders, or maybe father may plan for the construction of a new house, or your elder brother or sister, they wanted to go to the abroad. So in these cases, then the amount which the father or mother are earning may not be sufficient. So in that cases, we think how to get the money to construct the new house and from where to. So then immediately two things. A very close friend, then that friend is having the sufficient money to help, then he will approach him. If not, they will approach banks. Now, when they approach the bank, or when they approach to the close friends, so they will discuss about the things, what is the purpose they are taking the amount. Okay, that is our first point. Next, the person who is earning some amount every month, salary person, they will be planning for their future purpose in that salary, in the amount what they are receiving. In that, they just will plan 10% of this for the tours and travels, like journeys and the vacation, and 20% is savings, and 30% is for education purpose. So like this, the people will have their own plan according to their earnings. So in that, when they are saving amount, where they have to save in different modes. Okay, so some may be in the post office, some may be in the banks, some may be in the form of things like gold. These are all, it depends on the person how they wanted to make their future better. So based on that, they will be planning. And LIC, Life Insurance Insurance Corporation of India, and these are all. So when they are, what do they do in these all? Bank, post office, they deposit amount. They deposit amount. So what is the benefit when they are depositing the amount? Yes, you are right. They get interest. They get interest. How much? That is based on this. Yes, you are right. Based on the conditions, based on the rate of, very good, the good term, that is the rate of interest. Okay, rate of interest. What is exactly interest? What is exactly interest? That is, so interest is nothing but interest. What is exactly interest? This is the amount, extra amount paid by, extra amount paid by, if you are depositing in the bank, if you are depositing in the post office, if you are depositing in the bank or in the post office, the amount, extra amount what you paid, you know what the bank people or post office will pay, those people will pay, that is called extra. When you are depositing and when you are paying the paid back the extra amount, this is called interest. This is called interest. And this is one way. Another way, even when you borrow amount, when you borrow amount, when you took some amount from your somebody else, somebody, friends, banks or somewhere, when you take amount from some others, then those people also will ask under certain conditions, certain conditions. So what extra you pay to them when you are giving money, what you took from them, along with that, when you are repaying extra, when you are paying extra amount to them, that is also called interest. That is also called interest. What is the term interest? When we deposit amount in the banks or post office, the amount paid by the bank or post office people, the extra amount on your deposits, the extra amount on your deposit under certain conditions, that amount is called interest. That amount is called interest. So similarly, when you borrow some amount, when we borrow some amount for our needs, for our necessaries, for our educational purpose or the construction of new house or whatever it is, or car loan, these are the, yeah, that's what, loans. So in that case, the amount under certain conditions, what are conditions? That are those, yes, conditions are when you are repaying, how much extra you will pay, what percentage you will be paying extra under the conditions, in how many years you are going to replace, you are going to give back. So these are the conditions. These are the conditions. Extra amount, based on that 2% extra means for every 100 rupees, 2 rupees you have to pay extra at the time of end of the period. So these are called conditions. These are called conditions. So interest is nothing but amount paid by the banks or post office, or when you borrow from somebody else, when you are paying extra amount, that is called interest. That is called interest. So interest is denoted by I. Interest is denoted by I. Then amount what you will deposit or what you borrow is called principal amount. What do you call? Principal amount. So that is principal, that is denoted by P. And the conditions, what you said? Rate of interest. Rate of interest, that is denoted by R. And another condition is time period. Time period, which is nothing but T or N. Sometimes they write T, sometimes they write N. So here we are talking about interest, so which you already discussed in the previous session, that is about simple interest. Simple interest. Yeah, we have two types. One is simple interest and one is compound interest. This topic already you learned in this session, in the previous session, previous class, 7th class. So interest is denoted by I, principal P, rate of interest R, and time period is denoted by, means on that particular amount which you took or you deposit, extra percentage what they are paying, that is called rate of interest. And in how many years that is going to be, that is T or N, time period or time period T or N, it is denoted. Principal, what you are depositing or what you are taking from somebody else, that is called principal. And interest, the extra amount, here it is a percentage, the extra amount is called interest. So this we calculated, we use the formula simple interest. Interest is I, simple interest means we denote with SI, which is equals to P into T into R by 100. P into T into R by 100. How to calculate this? P into T into R by 100. That is, observe it. Find, example, find simple interest SI if P is equals to rupees 10,000, T is equals to, T is what? Time period, 2 years, and R is equals to rate of interest, that is 3%. 3%. So we know all the terms, that is P is equals to rupees 10,000, then T is equals to, that is time period, 2 years. Here 2 years. 2 years. Then R is equals to 3%. So rate of interest R is equals to 3%. 3%. Observe it. 3%. Now how to calculate simple interest? SI is equals to P into T into R by 100. P into T into R by 100, which is equals to P 10,000 into time period 2 years, rate of interest 3%, 3 by 100. So two zeros cancel. 2 into 100, 200, or 3 2s are 6, 6 into 100, 600. So therefore simple interest or interest is equals to rupees 600. Rupees 600. These topics we have discussed in the earlier classes in class 7th. This is how we calculate simple interest. Now, in the same question, what is the amount you will be getting at the end of 2 years amount? Whether you are getting or when you are, if it is a principal, somebody you took from somebody else or you deposited, whatever it is. So extra total 10,000 plus 600. So total amount is denoted by A, and it is addition of, it is the sum of two amounts, which is one is the principal and the second one is interest, P plus I, which is equals to 10,000 plus 600, which is equals to 10,600. This is amount. Amount is equals to rupees 10,600. Here the question we asked only find SI, but even we how to find out the amount, what totally you get or you need to pay. If you borrow, you need to pay. If you deposit it, you will be getting. So 10,600. Is it clear, children? Right. So with the simple interest, even sometimes they give interest and principal and time period, we can calculate its rate of interest, and sometimes we can calculate, they will ask you to find out time period, sometimes they will give interest, time period and rate of interest, what is the principal amount, so that is P. So I is equals to P into T into R by 100, R is equals to I into 100 by P into T, principal into time period, T is equals to I into 100 by P into R. When you want to calculate principal, interest into 100 by T into R, these are the formulas which we derived from this. I is equals to P into T into R by 100. Suppose if you want to find out R, just transpose this side, I into 100 by P into T. If you want to find out T, then here, transpose T from here, you see here, T, then transpose 100 I into 100 by P into R. If you want to find out P, then 100 I into 100 by T into R. One question example we see with this. If find example, find principal if interest is rupees 500 and time period is 2 years and rate of interest is 5%. 5%. Now you see what is given in the question. Observe it. So he gave that you have to find out principal. What you have to find out? Principal you have to find out. And interest, how much is given? Rupees 500. Time period, which is equals to 2 years, and R, rate of interest, is equals to 5%. So we need to calculate principal amount. P is equals to I into 100 by T into R. So I, that is 500 into 100 by time period is 2 years and rate of interest is 5, R, that is 5. So observe it, 5 ones are 5, 5 hundreds, then 2 ones are 250, which is equals to 50 into 100. Observe it, this is actually 100, 2 table, 2 ones are 250s are 50 into 100, 5,000. Therefore, principal is equals to rupees 5,000. This is the application part of that simple interest, which already we have discussed in the earlier classes. So extension of this, continuation of this, that is compound interest. That we will be discussing in the coming classes. Next class we will be discussing about compound interest. Now, today's homework, here you have some homework questions. Exercise 8.2, question number 9 and 10 you have to finish. This is your homework part. I hope you understood what we have discussed in the today's session. Thank you.